Good evening and welcome. And welcome to Divine Healing Valley Spirituality and Healing Meet. This is session 2 of Conversations with God. In the last session, rather the session 1, we discussed on the various questions that we would be raising in front of God and the kind of answers the Divine will give us. Of course, in the form of universal truths, we try to have a conversation there. What are our questions and what would be the possible answers? And we looked at some of the burning questions like why violence and misery and suffering and poverty in the world. And the answer was, God did not create that. We humans have created it. So don't blame God for the sufferings which we have created. That was the answer. And we accept that. Anybody who disputes that? Yeah, right. So based on our karma, we are having the results in our life or life situations in our life. And that is non-acceptance of that gives you suffering and misery. And if we are not following the process of evolution, we are bound to have suffering and misery in our life. So that is the universal truth, right? We saw this, and then we also saw why the game all started. Why did God create the whole universe and why this game started? And that was because God wanted to experience the godness, which was not possible if he did not create the universe. Because experiences will be possible only with a body. So the souls take up a body on planet Earth and go through the experiences, and in turn, God experiences them. So is that a okay answer? That is what we have discussed in the last session, right? And now we come to the question which was sort of pending. That is, why only 0.001% of the population on the planet Earth of the human beings are the ones who are self-realized or enlightened or moving into the light, and rest of the people are not understanding the basic laws. Like we still believe in wars, killing each other due to our selfishness and greed, and we don't understand that human beings' primary force is love, and we should love and respect all the human beings, in fact, all the living beings. This simple wisdom is missing in majority of the population, which means only 0.001% of the population are really having that true wisdom, or they know the real truth. Why is that? That was the question. Right, Tony? This is what you had raised. Yeah. And let us look into the answer. If you're asking for a ready-made answer, I don't have it. But I have possible answers. So we will discuss that. Right? Ready for it?
Yep.
Okay. So as is normal, I will ask everybody what should be the possible answer for this. Tony raised that question, so I'll come to him last. Anybody else who is courageous and bold enough to take up this answer? If you are the God, which means what? You are invoking the divine in you. So the Arjun in you is asking this question. Let the Krishna in you arise and answer this question. What would be the possible answer? What would be the possible answer? Yes. Sylvia ji, you want to share?
Shashi, the question is that why only 1% or whatever 0 point something percent is enlightened? Is that the question?
Yeah. They know the truth. They have the true real wisdom. Why only 0.001%? Why are the majority of the people in darkness? Okay. That is the spiritual path, right? We are moving from tamas to sattva, which means darkness to light. Asatoma satgamaya, tamsoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. That is the path everybody is on to. But only 1%, not even 1%. 0.001% are reaching there. Why is the percentage so low? What could be the possible answer? And we will restrict our discussion on planet Earth. We will not move into the other planets because we don't know what is happening there, right?
I'm just thought which is in my mind, which is coming right now, is that the path of spirituality or the path that 0 point certain percent is on is, however easy it may be, I mean, I think it's a very difficult path. And the path which is available to the rest of the percentage, it seems there's so much of enjoyment in that. There's so much of, I mean, everything what they are looking for, it's there. And this is a path which is, in fact, I feel little lonely. It is, I mean, I'm not able to get words, but because I'm experiencing this for a while, I feel what I was a few months earlier, I'm very different from what I am now. I'm not interested in parties. I'm not interested in making, you know, not having conversations just for the sake of having conversations. And that at times has made me feel that it is a little lonely path. Other
Okay.
parts, I mean, likable to everybody. You are enjoying. There's so much of freedom. There, you can go away and do whatever you want. So people will, I think, like that. You have everything. तुम्हें गाड़ी चाहिए तो तुम कैसी भी गाड़ी ले सकते हो. घर चाहिए कैसा भी कर सकते हो. But अगर ये सोच लें that you need a छोटी सी कुटिया में भी you can be happy. Everybody will not. I mean, it's not an easy path. We are so used to having a lifestyle.
Very good. Got it. Perfect. Very good answer.
Thanks.
And thank you for reflecting your opinion and your understanding about it. And it's a very valid point, by the way. अरे जिंदगी मजे लेने के लिए है ना. मेडिटेशन में क्या मजा, अकेले बैठ के तुम बर्फ के पहाड़ियों में जाके साधु बन के अगर तुम तपस्या कर रहे हो, there is no enjoyment there. Good parties, enjoy, chill, right? So pleasure is missing. So those who are involved in worldly pleasures, and especially the 3 W's, which is normally synonym with all the pleasures, right? So wine, woman, and wealth. And according to different philosophies, it can vary. You can change the abbreviations, right? But that is pleasurable life, no? So somebody who is indulging in pleasures will not have any time for the spirituality. Number one. So there are many distractions. I would like to say that, right? Rightly said. First of all, उसमें कोई मजा नहीं है. दूसरा, distractions बहुत हैं. And then it is lonely. It's a lonely path, and it is lonely at the top. It's often said that, right? So many times you will find the CEOs and the GMs and the MDs are very lonely at the top because उनके जैसा वहाँ कोई है ही नहीं, वो अकेले ही हैं. So you have to understand. By the way, acknowledgement for Sylvia ji. Good answer. Before I go on, I will just add one point. Any part of life you take it, whether it is a corporate organization, whether it is in the spirituality, whether it is in the school which you are running, right? You see, it is always the structure of reality is always a pyramid. Base pyramid का बहुत बड़ा होता है, फिर taper करते करते ऊपर जाता है. So as you are moving towards success could be in any form, right? चाहे वो wealth में हो, चाहे वो happiness quotient में हो, चाहे वो spirituality में हो, या किसी में भी हो. It is always a form of a pyramid. जितना ज्यादा सक्सेस लोगे उतने कम लोग होंगे ऊपर. पिरामिड का बेस बड़ा होता है कि नहीं? If you consider all the students in your school, जो फेल हो गए वो तो रह जाते हैं, उनको छोड़ दो. जो पास परसेंटेज है, ऑब्वियसली जो 50% से ऊपर हैं वो बेस बड़ा होगा. 75 एंड ऊपर करेंगे तो कम हो जाएगा. 90 जाएंगे और कम हो जाएगा. 95 पे जाएंगे और कम हो जाएगा. 99 पे सिर्फ 1 या 2 ही होंगे percentage wise, right? So it is always a pyramid structure, right or wrong? Any path of your life. So this is one of the realities. And second thing you have to understand is what is the, जैसे बोलते हैं ना, सच्चाई देखने के लिए क्या करना होता है? देश, काल और परिस्थिति. तो देश तो पूरी पृथ्वी हो गई हमारी. काल क्या है? टाइम. परिस्थिति हमने देख लिया, पिरामिड स्ट्रक्चर में आजकल परिस्थिति है सारी. काल का मतलब क्या है? कौन सा टाइम चल रहा है? अगर सतयुग चल रहा होता, most of us would have been in that sattvic qualities. Then the majority would be there. But अभी टाइम क्या चल रहा है? कलियुग. वो भी घोर कलियुग. Of course, some optimistic people are saying, like Shivani ji and all, कि संगम युग चल रहा है. So it is already, the transition is already from the Kali-yug to the Satyug, and many projects are on for bringing Satyug on planet Earth. But right now, discounting that fact is we are still in घोर कलियुग. अब कलियुग में कौन सी क्वालिटीज ज्यादा होंगी? तमस ज्यादा होगा, इग्नोरेंस ज्यादा है, डार्कनेस ज्यादा है. तो majority of the people will be in darkness. Combine these two and you will understand why only 0.001% are self-realized. Yes or no? Right? Of course, this is an extension of what Sylvia ji said, so I just built it up. So let us have more answers. बाकी लोग क्या बोलते हैं? तो किसके पास चलूं? Tony raised that question, so let me come to Umeshi. Umeshi, you have a hand raised, so you want to add something to it?
Sir, thank you. Good evening. In my already Silvani has said that is complimenting her speech only. In fact, this is what I find our attachment to the materialistic life, and which is like a marriage. See, this everything is the perishable. Everything we know that. In spite of that, and even we know that we are going to depart or maybe merge with the cosmos. So ultimately, this particular knowledge, they know that people know about it, but they find that see, ऊपर हमने क्या देखा है? Let us enjoy this life. Let us दो लोगों के जैसे ऐसे 99.9% people are in that particular this particular ignorance. So because of the ignorance, this is what is happening, and only the people who enlightened, as you said, maybe 0.001 or even less than that. Only those people are always in a happiness. They have got a total happiness. They are always merged with the God, and they are not afraid of the life and death at all. They take it everything as it comes. This is what I understand, sir.
Perfect. So thank you, Meshi. Let's acknowledge you, Meshi, for that. Basically, building up on what Sylvia ji said and what has been discussed so far. So further substantiating that truth, right? Very good. Very good. Okay. Anybody else who has anything separate to say, anything different to say? Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Whatever comes to you. Yes, Archana ji, you want to share something?
Sir, I feel like in the body forms, whatever we have taken in the previous births, the evolution with the karmas, the cause and effect, the way it has taken the journey further, those souls, who have diluted the karma, and at present in this physical form, they have been evolved to that level wherein this spiritual science or this the divine valley is actually calling them, so maybe that is
that is the path anyway, so that is perfect. Your karmic patterns will decide the kind of level of consciousness that you are.
Yes,
right?
And the various so many body forms we must have taken, sure. And in previous body form also we might have been little enlightened, but we really don't know to what extent and with science, but at least in this realization of this body form, that awareness, that okay, we have crossed that path of evolution and the cause and effect cycle, and a little evolved to certain extent wherein we are part of this science,
Perfect.
Science has made us the student of it.
Absolutely right, Archana. So let's acknowledge Archana for that. And let me tell you, those who are listening to this and those who are even interested in talking about spirituality are better off than the 90% of the population who are still in darkness. 90% of the people are still in darkness. They are not even interested. They are not even aware of it. What is the truth? They only think body is the truth. इसीलिए pleasures में अटके हुए हैं. Body consciousness में जी रहे हैं और pleasures में अटके हुए हैं. और maximum they will think is that so God and soul are something, but I am living in my mind. So either I am the body or I am the mind. वहीं पे उनकी कहानी खत्म हो जाती है. Different life forms journey is that, right? So if we are talking today, so we can definitely be sure that we are above that 90% of the population. We are talking about spirituality. We know the truth. Of course, we are WIP, so we're moving towards it, towards the divinity. But we are aware that we have to increase that percentage of divinity in us. That is why the whole game, right? So we are moving towards from tamas, we are moving to rajas, and then moving on to the sattva. That is the journey. Correct? So good answer, Archana ji, and good realization. So of course, we have taken around maybe 100 human life to reach here, and maybe we will need another 100 lives. Maybe another 10 lives more to attain self-realization. But yes, we are at a particular consciousness level, and we have to increase that divinity in us so that we become 90-95% and become an avatar. And just to add to what Tony had said, see, in the history of humanity, how many avatars do we actually know generally? इन जनरल। जैसे हिंदुइज्म में बोलते हैं दश अवतार, हाँ, तो महाविष्णु के 10 अवतार हुए ऑफ कोर्स। तो बाकी रिलीजन्स में आप देख लो, चलो प्रॉफिट हो गए, जीसस क्राइस्ट हो गए, हाँ, या गुरु नानक जी हो गए, ऐसे बहुत सारे गुरुज हैं। अब बहुत सारे ऐसे भी हैं जो योगीज हैं, हु आर सेल्फ रियलाइज्ड एंड सेल्फ गॉड रियलाइज्ड, बट दे आर नॉट कंसिडर्ड एज अवतार्स। हाँ, अगर आप परमहंस योगानंदा की बुक पढ़ोगे, so you would know many yogis there who were self realized. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Yogananda, right, and even Swami Vivekananda for that matter, they are highly self realized. Buddha, Mahavira, and there are so many spiritual gurus who were always there, so they are there to guide the people. 90% को राह दिखाने के लिए अवतार आते हैं, तो उनका काम यही होता है, और वो गिने चुने ही होते हैं टोनी, इसीलिए it is 0.001%. We don't need 10 lakh avatars, no, they will have a war with each other then. वो अवतार नहीं होंगे फिर वो, राइट? सो एक अवतार काफी है to handle the whole world. One avatar is good enough at one particular time. Different times, different avatars have come in different areas or different you can say countries to guide the people to move on to the spiritual journey. And that is why this percentage is very few, very small, right? So just to add on to that discussion. Yes, anybody else who has a different point of view? Sanjeev, you are absolutely silent. Anything you want to add?
Thanks, Shashi. Actually, last time I wasn't there, and rather I have come to this platform after a long time also. I was on a long break sort of thing. I saw the video, and there was a good discussion last time, and I admire Tony's question. So I have a point of view. First of all, when we say there is only 0.001% people who are self-realized, so I feel probably that data may not be correct, because we do not know a lot of people who are actually there and self-realized. Like you said, there are a lot of yogis who are self-realized, but people do not know about them. I have been reading this book known as The Science of Self-Realization. This book says very clearly that, and this book was written almost 2.5-3 years ago. Then it said that every month, tens of thousands of people are shifting towards spirituality. If 2.5 decades ago, that was the rate, so today the rate is much higher. A lot of people are converting towards spirituality. So my first point to Tony, that good question, but probably the percentage may be different, number one. Whatever. So we are not talking on number of the percentage. My understanding about why the number is so less, it's the universal journey. The journey of people would be moving from here to here. Like we have this school structure. हमेशा कुछ लोग 12th में होंगे और हमेशा बहुत सारे लोग first में होंगे. So people in the human cycle, it's not that classes one by one. People are, it's a very high base on the ground level in Kali, because that's the tamas activity. And then people are growing slowly. And practically what I feel, ऊपर कम लोग ही पहुंचेंगे और धीरे-धीरे पहुंचेंगे. And that's why वो pyramid का जो top है उसमें लोग कम ही होंगे. And of course, हर एक किसी का level यहाँ से slowly raise हो रहा होगा. So there would be different levels for people.
Absolutely.
So like we are talking in this group, probably all of us may not be all at this top of pyramid. We may be somewhere in between or थोड़ा ऊपर के level पे होंगे. So to keep it very simple, it's a journey from non-realization to realization. Satyug mein journey would be faster. Satyug mein journey would be a little harder, because जो ऊपर चढ़ना भी चाहेगा ना, उसको खींचने वाले बड़े साथी नीचे.
वो खुद भी गिरता रहेगा.
और वो खुद भी गिरता रहेगा उस चीज में. So I find there is nothing right or wrong, but so Tony, the last line which I would answer to your question is, every human being is into their right space of journey, because जब तक आप तमस नहीं सीखोगे, जब तक आप राजस नहीं सीखोगे, आप सात्विक बन ही नहीं सकते.
Absolutely right.
And all of us, when we are talking all this, that percentage, whatever, वो तमस और राजस की जर्नी को क्रॉस करना पड़ेगा.
That is the journey.
जैसे सिल्विया जी ने बोला ना कि now she doesn't enjoy those party and everything. So what happens that her experience is over at that level and she's raising her frequency.
Absolutely. And that is what we normally talk of in the 7 layers of consciousness that we have, which is from root chakra to the crown chakra. Very short and very crisp. 7 levels of your existence, of consciousness. Correct? Very good, Sanjeev. Thank you very much for your sharing. Okay, yeah, yes, Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, my question somehow still remains a little unanswered. I totally understand that it's, the root is evolution, like tamas se rajas se upar jana hai. But my question, I think what I was wanting to know was that why did God not create human beings with an enlightened mind by birth itself? Like why was it not there in the human beings to be self-realized at the time of birth itself, so that there was no war, there was no misery, there was no hatred in this world? It would have been a peaceful environment. It would have been a lot of love and affection all over.
Okay, you will get that answer, but Sanjeev is raised his hand twice, so I will give the opportunity to Sanjeev. Sanjeev, go ahead.
Well, curious to say that, Tony, in your profession, why would not child be born with to be directly in class 12th and why to start from class 1?
No. I'm not talking about academics.
No, so I am saying I'm comparing it that way. So if everybody is self-realized, then there is no purpose of this universe. How will God experience everything and learn everything? Because God is here to experience through us. So wahi se shuru hoga.
Okay, fine.
That's what I can say right now, and that's why I was raising my hand.
Okay, fine.
Absolutely perfect. That is the right answer, actually.
ठीक है.
Tony, understand, you can understand it this way also. What Sanjeev said is absolutely right. सबको 12th में admission दे दो ना, ultimately तो 12th में ही जाना है सबको.
ठीक बात है. नहीं समझ गया. I got it.
तो वो possible नहीं है ना, उनको पहले ABCD सीखनी पड़ेगी ना. वैसे भी जब तक आपको darkness का experience नहीं होगा, you will never experience
light का experience. सही बात है. ठीक है.
Otherwise, if the sun was always blazing, you will say it is like this only. What is light? There is no light. Light क्या चीज है? This is normal. Unless you experience darkness, you will not experience light as light. That is why the growth has to be from zero. That's why I said it will always start from the root chakra. All life forms all human beings will start from their consciousness from the root chakra, go through the lifetimes through the tamas, like Sanjeev said. Then they will move on to the rajas. Then they will actually experience being free from the tamas. उस कीचड़ में से बाहर निकलोगे तभी तो पता लगेगा कीचड़ से बाहर आए हैं. Otherwise, so when you are stuck in the worldly affairs of the tamas, कीचड़ के अंदर फंसे पड़े हो, you are very enjoying. You have seen pigs enjoying in the कीचड़. They love their life. Right? So everybody they're doing that only, na? Tamas में जी रहे हैं सब लोग. So that is the answer, of course. I don't want to make elaborate it more. Two raised hands. So let me first come to Archana ji. Yes.
सर मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि जब फर्स्ट बॉडी फॉर्म जो मिला होगा सोल को, तो वो बहुत प्योरिटी और एनलाइटेंड लेवल वाला रहा होगा. इट इज विद दोज कर्मास जो हमने सीड सो किए, accordingly we got the fruits, subsequently. फिर ये साइकिल शुरू हो गया of cause and effect.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
So जो initial जब हम आए थे, we were very neat and clean, enlightened. Then we got, those things got attached to us because we, with our own efforts, sowed those seeds. We created the causes for which we had to bear the effects.
Absolutely right. And this is the teaching of Brahma Kumaris also, which Shivani ji often says. And she gives a very beautiful example. I'll just take this opportunity to share that. She says, right in the morning, you are fresh, you take a bath, wear absolutely white clothes. तो वो white से ज्यादा compare करती है ना, तो white clothes पहने और आप दिन में निकल गए और फिर दोपहर होते होते थोड़े पसीने भी आ गए, थोड़ा इधर भी दाग लग गया, थोड़ा इधर भी गंदा हो गया. शाम होते होते तो यू आर कंप्लीटली डार्क नाउ, ब्राउन कलर हो गया पूरे कपड़ों का, तो बहुत सारा दाग लग गया, आप खेल रहे हो एंड जैसे प्लेग्राउंड में बच्चे खेलते हैं तो क्या होगा, गिर भी जाओगे, कपड़े फट भी जाएंगे, गंदे भी हो जाएंगे, सब कुछ हो जाएगा, राइट. और फिर रात आते आते क्या हो जाएगा, शाम तक आते आते देन यू आर रिमेम्बरिंग कि ओ माय गॉड आई एम रियली टायर्ड, कंप्लीटली ड्रेंच, ये क्या हो गया मेरे साथ, काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग, राइट. So that is the level of consciousness where we are falling in. And then comes the night. And then again, the morning.
Yes.
Then the whole cycle starts again. So it is actually same thing. You can compare it with the consciousness. पहले सतयुग था, फिर त्रेता, फिर उसके बाद द्वापर और उसके बाद कलियुग. So the consciousness has come down. Now from Kaliyug to when it comes to a Sangam and then again comes to Satyug, it is the rising of the consciousness. We are in that part right now. तो वहां पे अब अवेकनिंग शुरू हो रही है, तो सबकी अभी बैटरी डिस्चार्ज है. That means everybody is in Kaliyug at a battery charging is very, very low. Consciousness is very low. Now it is the time to rise again. And that is why the whole journey is there. So that again is the time factor that I said. अभी कलयुग में है तो यहाँ से कॉन्शियसनेस को उठाने की बात हो रही है. अगर सतयुग में होते तो वहां से नीचे आते आते थोड़ा गिरता, जो कि हो चुका है. So सतयुग, त्रेता, द्वापर, everything is over. Now we are in Kali Yuga. So there is only one possibility of raising the consciousness, and that will come through the journey of Tamas, Rajas, and then Sattva. That is the journey of self-realization. Right? Okay, so that's a long answer to the one question raised by Tony. So Tony, hats off to you. Very good question. Let's acknowledge Tony for that. All right.
Thank you.
So I hope everybody is clear on the basic concepts that we have discussed, right? Okay, so let's have more conversations. What is the next conversation that you would like to have with God? Anybody? कौन सा ऐसा सवाल है? अमित जी, आप बहुत शांत बैठे हैं. Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to share?
I think same question which I had asked earlier last time, and you also answered, and Tony Bhai also just asked the same question. Which Sanjeev ji answered that, in other words, what I asked last time, that why in the first place the very account of bad or good karma happened to occur, why there was a journey needed to go through the tamas and the rajas and the sattvic stuff. So I think you answered that, because if universe had to make us experience both the ends and all the colors in the spectrum, so I think but again, that is good answer, but then it actually pushes me to another question, that why there was a need for this journey where we had to experience. Then I kind of answered to myself, maybe ultimately we will reach a place that there is nothingness and there was nothing to understand. So I don't know. So I think
एक क्वेश्चन में दूसरा क्वेश्चन मत डालो, वो आंसर दूसरे क्वेश्चन का है.
Question leading to an answer which further leading to another question. Yeah, so I think जैसे हम कहते हैं कि भाई ये आत्मा की जर्नी है, we have to go through, do the reconciliation of this bank account, clear with your people around, soul tribe, our parents, our siblings, spouses, and the generation below us. Why in the first place? So I think वो आप जवाब दे चुके हैं, but I think उसके next एक सवाल create हो रहा है जिसके लिए probably I don't have the right words, but मोटा मोटा यही है that why in the first place even the experience to be given to these individual conscious souls was needed.
Okay, so let me put it this way. If you have all the knowledge, you have read cricket, you have read a book on cricket, you know the entire way the cricket is played. Have you experienced cricket? You read a full book of swimming. Have you experienced swimming? No. You know about swimming, you know about cricket, but you have no experience. You have knowledge. Now understand it this way. Conceptually, soul knows everything, God knows everything, but there is no experience. So God broke up into many number of souls, and those souls took up a body for experience. So whatever you are doing is for experience.
So even this experience of playing cricket, what was the need, for example?
Enjoy life. That's it. Experience. खेलोगे तो एक्सपीरियंस करोगे ना, रियलिटी चेक तो वही होगा ना जब एक्सपीरियंस करोगे. लाइफ इज फॉर एक्सपीरियंसिंग.
But at the cost of the miseries.
So misery is your creation. God didn't create that.
Yeah, I mean, but we also just said that people will go through the miseries and then reach that next level and probably enlightenment.
No miseries. Suffering and misery is human being creation. God never created it.
Yeah, but largely, let's say 95% of the people go through miseries.
You will experience darkness and then you will experience light, so that you can
let's call it
experience
darkness,
light.
okay, if not miseries. But I think 95% people go through the darkness
Yeah.
at the cost of that 5% happiness, which is cricket match, experiencing playing cricket.
Amit ji, life में देखिए, bring something from your life and it will be clear for you. Theoretically बात करके फायदा नहीं होगा. Yes, Sanjeev, you wanted to share something on this? You want to answer him?
2 points. First of all, when Miji is talking about miseries, where does this misery word come from?
No, not about me, for example, but some point of time I'm
answering your question. मिजरी आप इसलिए बोल रहे हो क्योंकि आप मिजरी का ऑपोजिट जानते हो कि ये दो चीजें होती हैं. अगर मिजरी होती ही नहीं तो अब इस बारे में हम ना मिजरी की बात करते हैं ना मिजरी के ऑपोजिट की बात करते हैं.
Yeah.
So that's where this is Earth, human life में Earth is the school of duality. Understand very clearly. That's what I understand. And that's how human will evolve. जैसा अर्चना जी ने बोला ना कि we all came on earth for the first time as a human body, as a pure soul, but pure unaware soul. Now we are converting the cycle from pure unaware और cycle घूम के हम पहुंचेंगे pure aware soul. So अगर मैं इसको थोड़ा सा हल्का सा वर्ड अलाउ करो, शशि, can I speak for one word?
Good.
यूनिवर्स को हिंदी में बोलते हैं ब्रह्मांड. ब्रह्मांड बोलते हैं ब्रह्मा ने क्रिएट करा. Brahma word is the word from Brahm. A person who is the creator is himself in a Brahm. And now being a Brahm, in the Brahm and which he is created, he wants to know experience मैंने क्या बना दिया. Something like हमने घर बना दिया लेकिन हम उसको अब एक्सपीरियंस करेंगे कि हाँ भाई हमने जो बनाया इसमें सब ठीक है, कहीं लीकेज तो नहीं है, क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं है, हम उसको एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं. तो ब्रह्मा ने ब्रह्म में है, दैट्स व्हाई ही इज नेम्ड एज ब्रह्मा. एंड उस ब्रह्म में से जो अंड यानी क्रिएशन हुआ है उसको एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं. सो दैट एंड दैट्स हाउ दिस जर्नी. सो इट्स नथिंग एल्स बट द इवोल्यूशन ऑफ द टोटल यूनिवर्स आल्सो. और इसीलिए इसको यूनिवर्स बोलते हैं. वी आर नॉट कॉलिंग इट मल्टीवर्स. सिंपल आंसर. इफ आई कैन से लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, वी कैन डिबेट अ लॉट ऑन दिस, बट मैं थोड़ा सा रोक रहा हूँ क्योंकि आज का सब्जेक्ट हम लोग कन्वर्सेशन विद गॉड पे चल रहे हैं, तो हम लोग गॉड के बदले में आपस में इस टॉपिक से बाहर निकले.
नहीं, that is perfectly fine because this is a conversation which you can have with God. That is perfectly fine. So the one in another word, it is simply saying that if you're asking God, God will say, I know everything, but I cannot experience anything. So I created you so that you know it, you first experience it and then know it, and then you come to know that you are divine and then you merge with me. That is the game. That is the game. Why did he create a game? Because he wanted to enjoy life. That's it. Take it or take it. Right? Think about it. Dwell about it. If you have a better answer, tell me.
No, in fact, my question is actually even a step before that. Why Brahma had to create this very makan or universe?
Experience करने के लिए भाई.
Why even this experience was needed?
चाहिए ना उसे. वही तो मैं तुमको बता रहा हूँ. क्रिकेट की बुक पढ़ने से क्रिकेट नहीं खेला ना उसने. आप स्विमिंग की बुक पढ़ लो तो स्विमिंग आ गई क्या? नहीं. He wanted to learn swimming ना. क्या करे वो? You will find water and you will jump into it ना. Exactly the same. He created a universe and he jumped into it. And that is in your form. In Sanjeev's form, in my form. तो हम सबके experiences में वो experience कर रहे हैं वो.
Now that it's a very big question, it kind of makes, it comes to my mind too much. No, it's just the topic. So I thought maybe this is the only question that will be asked. I'll ask the God that कि सृष्टि की संरचना ही क्यों हुई, कर्मास की, your experience क्यों, क्रिकेट की.
नहीं, आप वही क्वेश्चन बार बार पूछ रहे हो. आप जरा सा आंसर सोच के देखो. इससे बेटर आंसर है तो बताओ मेरे को.
कोई आंसर नहीं, बेटर क्या कोई है ही नहीं.
तो बस छोड़ दो अभी फिलहाल यही पकड़ो ना. If you don't agree with it, give me a better one. If you don't have a better one,
I don't agree. It is a right answer, but at this stage too, I'm going to a step back. That
नहीं,
वो
अभी
ब्रह्मा
आप
ने
होल्ड
भी क्यों
करो,
step?
अभी आप होल्ड करो फिर. You think about it. If you have a better answer, we have session 3 coming up.
I have
We'll
no
take it
answer.
up next week. We will take this further next week. Yes, Tony, go ahead.
अमित भाई के सवाल जवाब में जो मतलब थोड़ा सा मुझे एक चीज नजर आई, उसको मैं हाईलाइट करना चाहता हूँ.
Yes.
कि जैसे संजीव ने भी बोला, आपने भी बोला कि God created Brahma, created the Brahmand, but because he was in Brahm, he wanted to experience. तो मेरा सवाल ये है कि ब्रह्मा ने जब ब्रह्मांड बनाया तो I think it was very obvious to Brahma ji, being God, being the creator, he must have known this for sure or for a fact that ये मैं जो human beings बना रहा हूं ये इसी रास्ते से चलेंगे. ये मतलब पहले तमस में जाएंगे, फिर रजस में आएंगे, फिर मतलब he must have known the entire workology of this human.
Obviously, that is why this is called a matrix. That is his Maya. He has created it. He knows it. Yes. Brahm means basically Maya. That's it.
हाँ, तो वो अमित का जो बार बार सवाल आ रहा था, अमित यही पूछ रहा था, why in the first place was this needed? तो जब भगवान को पहले ही या ब्रह्मा को, गॉड को, क्रिएटर को ये सब कुछ पहले ही पता था कि द ह्यूमन रेस, जो ह्यूमन बींग्स को जब मैं बनाऊंगा उनके वो कीचड़ में गिरेंगे, तो वो तमस में जाएंगे, फिर रजस में जाएंगे. तो जब उनको सब कुछ पता ही था तो फिर बनाने की क्या जरूरत थी? That's what I could understand from Amit's question, and I also.
Why do you play a video game? Tell me. I will ask you a child question now. 10 लेवल का एक वीडियो गेम है. एक लेवल पार करोगे, दूसरे लेवल पे जाओगे, फिर तीसरे लेवल पे जाओगे. सारा गेम ऑलरेडी फिक्स्ड है ना. फिक्स्ड इन द सेंस सब कुछ क्रिएटेड है ना. अब एक वीडियो जो बनाता है गेम, उसने ये गेम क्रिएट कर दिया. नाउ द प्लेयर हु इज प्लेइंग इट, ही इज प्लेइंग इट लाइव. कभी एक लाइफ में हट जाता है, कभी पहले लेवल में मर जाता है, कभी 5वें लेवल में मर रहा है, 10वें लेवल तक पहुंच जाएगा. क्या हो रहा है उसे? एक्सपीरियंस कर रहा है. क्या आ रहा है उसे? मजा आ रहा है ना. ही इज एंजॉयिंग लाइफ ना. ही इज एंजॉयिंग द गेम. Why play that video game? पूछो तुम अगर. Why did he create that video game?
So basically what you are trying to say that Brahma ji or the creator or the divine energy force, जो भी हमारे creator है, he has created us with all these conditions for him to enjoy his experience.
Obviously, yes. That's what I'm saying. God created the universe to experience it.
Okay. Shashi, I would say that this is okay. We should take this question next time because it's very, very, very widely to be.
No, let me understand what they're trying to say. Experience करने के लिए ही बोला है ना. आगे बताओ. तो उसमें क्या पूरा प्रॉब्लम है?
So what I could understand from here, अगर ब्रह्मा जी या creator has created us, already knowing what the eventuality or what the process of human race is.
Self-realization is destined for you. That is the journey.
Shashi, what I feel what Tony is saying.
एक second, let him complete. हाँ, Tony, go ahead.
So what you are trying to tell me is that जो भगवान जी ने हमको create किया इतनी सारी समस्याओं के साथ, so
समस्याएं तुम्हारी थी. समस्याएं तुम्हारी थी.
Okay, forget the समस्या. Whatever the situations one has to go through, so he is enjoying the experience at our cost.
And he is you. You are enjoying it. You are God. You are divine. Now understand? You are creating it and you are enjoying it. Why are you crying?
So Amit, I think you got the answer now.
No, you get the answer. Amit को तो बाद में बता दूंगा.
I got it.
Good. That is the point. You have to understand God कोई दूसरा नहीं है. आप ही God हो भाई. Aham Brahmasmi. You are divine.
Yeah, sorry.
You are creating. Now understand this language first. Now understand this truth. You are divine. You are the creator. You are creating your life every moment with your thoughts, words, and actions, and you are experiencing it. Why are you crying? तुम्हारा ही creation है, तुम्हारे ही कर्मा है, तुम्हारा ही experience है. You are there to be there to experience that, watch it, be a drishta, and move on. But you are getting stuck in it. That is the problem. Asangoham. I am unattached बोलो और आगे बढ़ जाओ. That is what life has to be. You are the one who is creating it. You are divine. God कोई दूसरा नहीं है, आप ही हो. This is the truth. And this is what you need to realize. We always think God as a third party sitting somewhere in the heavens. No, He is right inside you. And He is the one who is creating your life. अब stunned silence आ गया.
इतना सन्नाटा क्यों है भाई?
हाँ, मेरे को लगा 1 मिनट के लिए फ्रीज हो गया, मेरा नेटवर्क चला गया. नहीं, ठीक है.
वो
So now you have to
सन्नाटा
understand
क्यों है?
this. ठीक है ना? ये don't think somebody is playing around with you. No, you are the one who is playing around with yourself. So enjoy life.
Correct.
दुख आए या सुख आए, दृष्टा बन के रहो. That is the message. Yes. So this is what I wanted to actually drive home. Yes, Sanjeev, over to you. You wanted to share something?
Just I wanted to share कि even that line कि ब्रह्मा को पता था कि क्या करना है, क्या सब कुछ है. I think that is also a point to reflect next time, because शायद उनको भी नहीं पता था. I don't know, because
No, when you say that God created the whole universe, let us give him the benefit of doubt, like Tony said, that he created, he is aware of
I
it.
appreciate it. That's what I'm saying. We can take it next.
Yeah. Because when we say God is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, absolute perfection, so he cannot make a mistake. And he has not made any mistake. So all of us are gods in human form, and we are all perfect, we are whole, we are complete. So that way we have to give him the benefit of doubt, right? Yes. Okay, so we are coming to the close of the session. Any other question? अमित जी, आपका सेशन 3 में आएगा. आपका ठीक है, अभी इस बार टोनी का सेशन 1 से सेशन 2 में हैंडल हो गया. आपका सेशन 2 से सेशन 3 में जाएगा, तब हैंडल करेंगे. ठीक है. So next week we have session 3 and we will take on further intricate, complex questions which we want to ask God. Umesh ji, you still have a hand raise. You want to share something?
When they were expressing Sanjeev ji, and I had a certain thought process which came. So when you, as a pyramid, we have to go up, and they will at the peak of the pyramid is the self-realized people, as a soul will happen.
Right.
So I was just thinking, when you become detached from so many things, वही जड़ के वजह से हम लोग we are in the lowest bracket of the pyramid.
Right.
जड़ का वजन कम होता जाता है. जैसा आपको एक फूल के जैसे इसके जैसे आप हवा के साथ मिल जाएंगे, नेचुरली यू विल गो अप एंड अप. दैट मीन्स जितना हम लोग छोड़ते जाएंगे अटैचमेंट और दीज थिंग्स, आई थिंक वी विल बी that is the only formula to go up to the highest. Because that will become this. This was one thought process came in my mind. Absolutely. And second, I wanted to clarify from you, there are certain greatest souls like Shankaracharya and these people. They might not have gone through all this tamas and all that. Okay, so
not in this lifetime. Not in this lifetime. They have crossed that in the earlier lifetime, so they continue.
Right from the day one, they were like an avatar only, that because every of their actions were only with that fully, and they are totally surrendered. I think these people are, if they don't pass through this cycle of jadatva, what you say, that tamas, and what you say, rajas and all that.
Umesh ji, evolution path is the same. God doesn't make any partiality. What has happened is, let me tell you that once you reach the self-realization and God-realization state, you come back as a self-actualized soul. And then you pick up a purpose of your life.
Yeah.
So these great masters have come back after that. Onward journey has to be that only. Only it is the return journey which you can decide.
Yeah.
Which form are you going to come? What is the purpose of your life? Like that. So some people like 3 years, 5 years, they are spiritual masters, right? Like Shankaracharya. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So they have gone through the journey in the previous births, because we don't know what was their previous birth, right? Once they have attained the consciousness at the crown chakra, then they come back and live their life from the third eye chakra. That is what they did. So all the self-realized gurus are there.
Yes,
the journey has to be same. God will not be partial to anybody.
Yes, yes. Now I agree with you, because they were trying the entire community to come out of this jadatva, and since they know all these things experience earlier, that's why they were telling this is the solution.
Absolutely.
So when they want to solution, already they played the game.
They have played the game, they have come out of it, and they are the
Yeah.
champions
Thank-
there.
thank
So
you-
they
thank
can
you for the
definitely guide
clarity.
others. Like Sachin Tendulkar can be a coach for others, right? He's coming back and taking up the role of a coach, but he has already gone through that.
Previous birth, they have already played the game and they know what is that. That's why they were trying to enlighten the people. I mean, so instead of reinventing the wheel, you go straightway to the towards the realization. That
Because
is
the
the right.
90% people have to be shown the path by a master. So these
Yeah, yeah,
self-realized
certainly,
souls will
certainly.
come back as masters and
Yeah,
show the path.
that jadatva, that magnet will be pulling them back into the same maya. So this one, because that is the very
Absolutely,
biggest attraction. So it is very
Yes.
difficult to come out of that.
Perfect, Umesh. Thank you very much for your sharing.
Thank
Okay, so we come to the end of the session. Any question? Otherwise, we will sum up the session, and last few words I will reserve for some special discussion before we close the session for the next week. So any burning questions from today? Anything which is unanswered?
Tony
Anybody?
raised the hand. He wanted to say something.
No, I didn't raise. No,
That's
no.
fine. All right. So thank you very much for your participation. And before I close, I wanted to ask Sanjeev something. So Sanjeev, do I have the permission to ask you something? Okay. You had been to, just a second, Tony. You had gone to Vipassana the second time, and after that you went to Mathura, and after that you have been missing. So you have come back after a long time. So I'm definitely, a lot of things are happening in my life, which I've already shared with Sanjeev, and Amitji is aware, and in fact, all of you are aware, right? And I'm trying my best to come back into the groove again by my Saturday healing program and my Wednesday programs. So this is the second week continuously, and today I had to rush back just to start this program on time, right? But I'm committed to do that. So I just wanted to know from Sanjeev, what is your plan? What are you planning? When are you planning the Sunday? Because we are all the people are waiting eagerly for some program announcement from your side. So anything you would like to share on that?
Thanks, Shashi. Actually, after my Vipassana and Vrindavan journey, I was into a lot of inner self only. Because generally होता है क्या, एक session के बाद आप ऐसी चीज attend करते हो तो initial excitement बहुत high होती है, and then it fizzles down slowly. So I was trying to keep myself away from a lot of activities and absorbing. And genuinely, thank you for asking this question. It's almost going to be 2 months that I have done Vipassana. I intend to start very soon. Probably I feel that first week of December should be the good time. The first Sunday of September, I should be able to start again. Because I realize that even after 2 months, what I have been able to reach, where I've been able to go, what I gained from both the two great journeys, probably first Sunday of December should be the good time for me to start. That's what I can say right now.
Perfect. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Sanjeev, for that.
I'll say that my beginning has started by being here today. So that's what I would say. I started my presence now.
Good, good. So that's why I took the opportunity to ask you that.
Thank
All
you.
right. So with this, so Sanjeev is ready to come back into action very soon, and I will try my level best to continue with the Wednesday and of course the Saturday programs, and with divine blessings we will continue the journey, right? So thank you very much for your participation, and this is always a booster dose for me.
Tony.
Yes, Tony, go ahead.
No, actually, Sanjeev was right. I did raise my hand while Umesh ji was speaking. And when Umesh ji said that people like Shankaracharya and other enlightened souls never had to go through what, they were already enlightened. So what I also wanted to say, the same thing that you said, that because we don't know what their past lives were, we only know what they were in their, the enlightened section of in their lives. So that is why we don't know what happened. So like Shankaracharya and like people like them, even someday we'll also become one of the Shankaracharyas. I'm very sure.
Definitely.
You know,
You are
after
destined.
many,
You are
many-
destined to be there.
Yeah.
You are destined to be there. Let's have a round of applause for all of us.
Yeah.
And that is the God's promise to all the human beings. There is no way you can lose the game. You are destined to win the game. How much time you need is your choice. You take as many lifetimes as you want. Ultimately, you will reach there. That is the promise. And that's God's promise, by the way. Right?
Yeah.
So you can relax, enjoy, take your time. But destiny is already, that is what is mentioned. It is already, you are destined to be there, one with the divine. The journey is up to you. Speed is up to you.
That's why we are in this. That's why we are in this platform with you.
Absolutely.
Yes, correct.
So wake up and do not stop till you attain self-realization. That is the message from Swami Vivekananda. So we'll close this session on that note. So till we meet next week again, and those who are in the healer session, till we meet on the Saturday session, Aham Brahmasmi.
Aham Brahmasmi.
Aham Brahmasmi.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Thank
Enjoy.
you. Good night. Take care.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.